So we'll just come down to start. So we'll start with the hands on the knees. Just gently shrug your shoulders forward and backwards. And relax your shoulders and your neck. Just taking your fingers around your kneecaps. Pull your chest forward. Lift your chin slightly. Then straighten your arms out. Push your shoulder blades back. Bring your chin in towards your chest. And then bring your chest forward. Going to take the left hand over onto the right knee. Take your right hand either to the side of you, or if you can, to the ground behind your back. Gently twist. So you're looking back over your right shoulder. Relax, come forward. Take your right hand over onto your left knee, left hand out to the side or behind your back. Twist to look back over your left shoulder. And relax, come forward. Take your right hand down to the ground, at the side of your hip. Take your left hand palm up. As you breathe in, reach up. And as you breathe out, stretch over. Breathe in, reach up. And breathe out, lower down. Left hand down to the side of the hip. Right hand palm up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Both hands to the sides of the hips. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down to the sides. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower down to the sides. Just relax your neck and your shoulders. Come on to your hands and knees, roughly with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. I'm going to sink the belly down, lift the chin up. It's called cow pose. And then arch the back and bring the chin in. This is cat. Breathe in, sink your belly down, lift your chin up. And breathe out, arch your back. And bring your chin in. And then shift your weight back onto your heels. And reach out in front with your fingers, letting your chest and your shoulders sink down. If you can, resting your head on the mat. And then bring your chest forward. Walk your hands in. I'm going to, whenever you're ready, come up to standing. I'm going to turn so we're facing the long side of the mat and take your feet out wider than shoulder width. Doesn't matter how wide, you don't need to be doing splits. Just nice and comfortable, so you're just feeling a little bit of tension in your thighs and the inside of your thighs. but whatever is comfortable for you. And we're going to start by turning your left foot out and bending your left knee. As much as you need, you feel you can bend in that knee. If you feel you can dip right down, then dip right down. If you just need to bend it a little bit, that's fine too. If you start to get a burn in your thigh and you want it to stop, just straighten the leg. You're going to bend that leg and then turn your chest and shoulders so they're looking down the mat. Arms alongside your hips. And then raise your arms up. This pose is called Warrior One. And then keeping your arms up if you can. If you can keep your balance, turn your chest and shoulders so they're facing the long side of the mat. Lower your arms down to shoulder height, palms facing down. Look out over your left hand. Pose as Warrior Two. Now let your right hand come down onto your thigh, left hand palm up. Reach up. And if you can, stretch back. This is Reverse Warrior. Then bring your left arm forward, bend at the elbow. Bring it down onto your thigh. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can just rest your hand on your thigh. Turn your right shoulder up. Raise your arm up. And if you can, stretch over. It's a side angle. And lower your right arm down. Push your left foot into the ground to bring your body up. Turn your toes to point forward. So we're going to do all that going out to the right side now. So turn your right foot out. Bend your right knee. Again, just as much as it's comfortable for you to do. Chest and shoulders looking down the mat. Raise your arms up. We're in Warrior One. And turning to the long side of the mat. Lower your arms down to shoulder height. And look out over your right hand. Warrior Two. Lower your left hand down. Right hand palm up, reach up. And stretch back. And then lower the arm forward, bend at the elbow. And down onto your thigh. Left shoulder turning up. Bring your left hand up. And stretch over. Go into side angle. And lower your left hand back down. Push your right foot down into the ground. Bring your toes to point forward. Toe and heel your feet in. And just give your hips a gentle rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, if you come down onto the ground, take your feet out in front. Bring your arms alongside your body, palms facing down. And take your arms out to the sides. And then raise them up towards the ceiling. Pushing your fingers up towards the ceiling. And allow them back out to the sides, palms facing up. Bring the soles of the feet up towards your buttocks with your knees and your ankles together. We'll take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your knees over to the left side. Inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the right side. And bring your knees back up to the center. Straighten your legs. And bring your arms alongside your body in a position that's comfortable for you. We come down onto the hands and knees. And then shift your weight back onto your heels. Reach out in front. If you can, rest your head down on the ground. And we'll just take a moment just to become aware of the feelings in your body. The thoughts in your mind. And just accept those for whatever they are. Notice your breathing without trying to change it. And then if you've had your eyes closed while we're just doing this grounding section, gently open them now. Bring your weight forward. Draw your hands in so they're underneath your shoulders. As you breathe in, sink your belly down, lift your chin up. And as you breathe out, arch your back and bring your chin in. Breathe in, belly down, chin up, cow. Breathe out into cat. Once more, breathe into cow. And then breathe out to cat. Just relax your back down. We're going to keep on the hands and knees just for a moment or two longer. If you find this is uncomfortable for your wrists or your knees, then always have a break. Always have a little break and pause the video, come back to it when things aren't aching. But if you can, we're going to stay on the hands and knees. And then take your right hand off the ground, take it out to the side. And if you feel you can, reach up. And then lower the hand down. As your hand comes down, turn it over, put the back of the hand onto the mat, and thread it through underneath your chest. Bring your shoulder down to the ground if you can, resting your head on the mat. And push down with your left hand, bringing your right hand back out. Right hand on the mat, left hand out to the side. And if you can, stretch up. And then lower back down, back of the hand onto the mat, and thread through. And then push down with your right hand. Bring your left hand in. Walk your hands back towards your knees. And in your own time, come up to standing. Okay? So if you come up sort of towards the front of your mat, feet about hip width apart. We'll take an inhale, raise your arms up. And then as you exhale, bring your arms down and start to hinge forward. Remembering you can bend your knees as much as you need to. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. Interlace your fingers at the top. And take a side bend over to the left. And back to the centre. And over to the right. And back to the centre again. Release the grip on your fingers. A nice big stretch back. And then inhale, reach up to the ceiling. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up. Raising your arms up. And exhale, lower down. Just relax your neck and your shoulders. So from this position at the front of the mat, I'm going to take a step back on the left foot. And if you can, we're going to go onto the ball of the foot. Again, it doesn't matter how far back you go. It doesn't matter how far this knee bends at the moment. So if you find yourself here, that's fine. If you start to lose your balance, you can always put your heel down, but if you can stay on the ball of the foot, you're going to raise the arms up into a pose called high lunge. And then lower your arms down in front, bringing your hands down to the ground, taking your gaze forward. This pose is called runner's lunge. And from runner's lunge, we're going to step up with the left foot, so we're back in that forward fold at the front of the mat. Take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down. So on the other side now, step back on the right foot, onto the ball of the foot again. Raise your arms up. We're in a high lunge. And lower your arms forward, bringing your hands down to the mat, so we're in runner's lunge, looking forward. And then step up, back to forward fold. We'll take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down to the sides. And relax your neck and your shoulders. And when you're ready now, if you come down onto the mat, I'm going to start by taking your right foot out in front, bringing your left foot in to the side of the thigh, hands to the sides of the hips. What we're going to try and do here is come up onto your sit bones by lifting your chest up, so you've got a nice straight spine there. And we'll take an inhale, raise your arms up. And as you exhale, hinge forward, bringing your hands down onto your leg and then moving them down just as far as it's comfortable for you to go. Trying to come down with your chest and not your head. Don't dip your head. You run the risk of hurting your neck. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down. Take your left foot out in front. Bring your right foot in. Hands to the sides of your hips again. Lift your chest. Take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down. I'm going to take your feet out in front. Bring your backs down onto the mat. And your arms alongside your body. Your palms facing down. So the microphone crackle as me t-shirt rubs there. Your hands alongside your body, palms facing down, and bring your heels up towards your buttocks. You possibly can. It's great if you can have your heels close enough so that you can touch with the tips of your fingers, but don't worry if that's too much. Then we're going to push down into the ground through the soles of your feet. Pushing down with the soles of your feet, and as you push down, that'll lift your hips up. And your hips lift up towards the ceiling into bridge pose. Taking the weight of your upper body across your shoulders and not on your head and neck. And then lower your hips down. Bring your feet up off the ground, bend your knees. Take hold of your knees, hug them into your chest. And then start to straighten your legs, pointing your toes up towards the ceiling. Take hold of your legs behind the back of your knees. And point your toes, straighten your legs as much as you can. And then allow your knees to bend. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. And turn onto your side. And push up onto your knees. So we're going to come to the centre of the mat, facing the long side of your mat. Take the left foot out to the side with your toes pointing forward. And bring your right hand down to the mat. So you've got a line between the instep of your foot, your knee and your hand. And then raise the left hand up. Lower your left hand down. Push up with your right hand. Turn the toes on your foot out and bring your left hand down onto your thigh. Right hand palm up. Reach up and stretch over. Lower your hands down. Take your hands forward so you'll be going off the front of the mat. Just sit back onto your right heel, turning your left foot forward. Bring your chest forward, walk your hands in. And bring your left knee into the centre of the mat. So out to the right side now, turn your right foot out, toes pointing forward, bring your left hand down, just check that alignment, raise your right hand up. And then lower your right hand down, turn your toes out, keeping your right hand down on your thigh, reach over with the left. And then raise your hand up. Lower down to the ground, both hands in front of you. Turn your toes to point forward and just sit back onto the left heel. Bring your weight forward, draw your right knee in. Raise your arms up, interlace your fingers, and take a side bend over to the left. And back to the centre, and over to the right. And back to the centre again. And lower your arms down. Bring your hands forward onto the mat. Turn so you're looking down the mat and sit back onto your heels. Reach out in front. Bring your chest forward. Curl your toes under. And we're going to push up to that pose that we did on day 3, the downward facing dog. So start to straighten your legs, push your hips up. If you can, bring your hands. I just don't want to lose my shirt. Bring your head in between your hands. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower your knees down. Sit back onto your heels again. Bring your chest forward, walk your hands back towards your knees. So you come in to kneeling at the back of your mat. I'm going to take the left foot forward. Put it onto the flat of the foot and bring your hips forward and down. Raise your hands up. And if you can, stretch back slightly. I'm going to bring the palms together, lower them down to the heart, and dip your right shoulder, turning your left shoulder up. And come back to the centre. Raise your arms up. Lower down to the sides. Raise up again. And lower forward. Bring your hands down to the mat. Draw your left foot back and walk back. So you're kneeling at the back of the mat again. We're going to do the same on the right foot now. So take your right foot forward. Onto the flat of the foot. Bring your hips forward and down. And if you can, reach up and stretch back. And then bring your palms together. Lower them down to the heart. Lower your left shoulder, turn your right shoulder up. Back to the centre. Raise your arms up. Lower down to the sides. And then reach up. Lower your arms forward. And draw your right foot back. Curl your toes under. And straighten your legs, pushing your hips up. Come up to standing at the front of your mat, feet about hip width apart. We'll take an inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. And take a step back on your right foot, onto the ball of the foot, lift your body up. Raise your hands up, come into high lunge. Bring your arms forward and down. And step up, back to forward fold. Inhale, raise your arms up. Keep your arms about shoulder width apart. Lower them down, about 45 degrees from the horizontal. Keeping your arms there, start to bend your knees. We'll come into chair pose. And then straighten your legs, raise your arms up, take an inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Take a step back on your left foot, onto the ball of the foot, raise your arms up. So we're in high lunge. Lower your arms forward. Bring your hands down to the ground. Step up to forward fold. Take an inhale, raise your arms up. Keeping your arms about shoulder width apart, lower down to 45 degrees. And allow your knees to bend. Come into chair. Straighten your legs, take an inhale. Raise your arms up. Lower down to the sides. And step back across your mat. Nice wide stance with your toes pointing forward. We'll take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. Bring your palms together. Lower them down to the heart. And turn your toes out slightly. And allow your knees to bend, sinking your hips down. So we're in goddess pose. And then straighten your legs, bring your toes to point forward, reach up, interlace your fingers, take a side bend over to the left, back to the centre, and over to the right, back to the centre again. Let go of your fingers, lower your arms down to shoulder height, palms facing down. Turn your left foot out, bend your left knee. We're in warrior two. And straighten your left leg, bring your toes to point forward. Turn your right foot out, bend your right knee. We're in warrior two again. And straighten your right leg, bring your toes to point forward. Take an inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. Lower down to shoulder height, down to your thighs. Toe and heel your feet in. So you're coming your feet together. I hope this is okay because I'm on an incline. So we're going to look at a pose called tree. So we're going to raise your arms up. Bring your hands into your heart. And turn your right foot out. Your knees pointing out to the side. And then bring the sole of your foot into the side of your calf. And lower your right foot down. Turn your left foot out to the side and bring it in to the side of your calf. And lower down again. Feet at hip width apart. Raise your arms up, take an inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Take hold of your elbows with the palms of your hands. And let your upper body hang loose. And lower your hands down. Take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down to the sides. And when you're ready, come down onto your mat. Take your left foot out in front. Bring your right foot into the side of the thigh. Hands to the sides of the hips. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. As you exhale, lower your left hand down onto your knee, right hand down behind your back. And twist to look back over your right shoulder. And relax, come forward. Take your right foot out in front. Left foot into the side of the thigh. Hands to the sides of your hips. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. As you exhale, turn to your left, lower your right hand down onto your left knee, left hand behind your back. Twist to look back over your left shoulder. And relax, come forward. And bring both of your feet in. Take your hands either onto your knees or just gently place them in front of your shins. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, close your eyes. And start to become aware of your breathing. Start to notice the difference between the inhale and the exhale. Feeling of expansion as you breathe in. Chest expanding. Your belly pushing forward. And then as you breathe out, that feeling of softening and relaxation of your body sinking down towards the ground. Focus on the inhale and then on the exhale. Focus on the inhale, and then on the exhale. And then take a deep breath in and out. And if you've had your eyes closed, gently open them now. Namaste.